right, I will go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is the March 13th virtual meeting of the Middlebrook Elementary School HVAC Committee, and I will officially call the meeting to order at 7:02. And if we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Barbara, will you call the roll, please?
Kelly.
That's me here.
Tony.
Here.
Lisa. And Allison and Mike are not here.
Here. Okay, and also present is Greg Rauchi.
Hey, you see, it's good.
Maria Pires, Kevin Bova, Kevin Dion, and our clerk, Barbara Crandall. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the February 13th meeting minutes. Lisa, do you want to go ahead and make a motion to approve those minutes?
Sorry, I just have to figure out where the unmute is. Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the February 13th meeting.
Okay, thank you. Tony, can I get a second?
I second.
Okay. Is there any discussion on the minutes from the February 13th meeting? No discussion items, no questions, no corrections?
None for me.
Okay, and then I will call for a vote to approve the minutes of the February 13th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
And I think, Tony, were you at the last meeting?
I was not.
So technically, does he have to abstain? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So Lisa and I are approving the minutes and Tony is abstaining because he was not present at the last meeting. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the financials. I don't know who wants to take that, Kevin or Maria, or who wants to talk financials?
Yes, I will take it.
Thank you.
As we discussed last month, the budget and purchase orders are 4,458,106.31. That's the total budget. There were purchase orders totaling 4,458,106.31. There have been payments of 106,530. Open POs for 485,216, leaving a balance of 3,866,360.31. And I know there's enough to cover the subs that I saw from Greg's detail. Any specific questions?
Does anyone have questions, clarifications, anything anybody wants to talk about with regard to the financials?
I have one question and maybe difficult to answer, but are we trending to be on budget?
According to the 3,066,000 and Greg's estimate, I'd say yes. It's actually, I think it's 3,281,000, so it's about 600,000.
Yeah, and there, the way, unforeseen conditions are always something that comes to attention, and especially in this particular project due to the asbestos that is on site, kind of threw us in a wrench. We always thought we'd start last summer, just the way it went. Just be aware of that. And one other thing that's always a curveball in these projects is working with the UI, because you are updating the service on this building. There's possible fees associated with the UI work that you can take into estimate until the project starts.
Sounds like there's a bit of a buffer between what's
yes, I did
and
during the budget time when we were doing the budget. You put 50,000 aside in the allowance of the overall budget. That's not shown in this contractor's contract value, but there's a $50,000 allowance for UI incidentals.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I have a quick question.
Lisa, did you have a question?
Yeah, so the financials that were sent over, which is titled 31325, doesn't have the same, it doesn't have the full amount. It just has, is that just what we spent or?
Yeah, if you look at the first page, the project budget is 4,458,000.
Hold on, project budget, purchase orders. Yeah, okay, I see the balance available. I don't see an actual budget. That's why I'm confused, I think. Okay, hold
Well,
on.
the first column is the budget. 4,458,106.31.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I see on the bottom. Okay, got it.
Okay,
Okay, and then it's all the orders. Okay, I just
Yeah,
couldn't
and then
find the
there's-
number. Yes, that's fine.
okay. If
Thank
there's
you so much.
specific invoices that you need to know about, I can get.
No,
you-
I could go through and see like where they are in the budget now. I didn't see that whole number for some weird reason.
Okay.
Usually I do. I just must have missed it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments with regard to the financials before we move into the project update? Okay, so next on the agenda is the project update. Who would like to update us on the project?
I'm gonna share my screen for a second. Let's see what we have. Oh, there it is. So, this is my kind of monthly update I send in with the requisition for each month. This is, February 28th when I did this, but, things have gotten off to a great start. We started the submittal process and construction coordination. Currently, as you can see, we've locked in contracts for the mechanical contractor, the electrical general trades, and the demolition package. We did have to rebid the demolition package, but it came in just right under budget for that particular bid package. All the CHR
Right,
met.
the only one we haven't assigned the award and contract yet. CHRO said yes, but the award and contract went out today for a demo for him to come back. So that'll be the last trade that has to be done for that signed contract, and he could do a PO. But the other three are done completely. That one's just gonna wait till Keith sends it back,
Correct.
Spectrum, and then Maria will sign the contracts this week or tomorrow or next day.
Great. And next thing with construction, so we've already met out on site a couple times to coordinate, shutdowns and whatnot on the project, met with the UI to get the ball rolling there because there's some long lead items with the submittal process, and we released all that right now. Currently, lead times we're waiting for those to come in to show on those schedule. That'll probably show next month, the next 2 weeks here. We should have timelines of all the deliverables. For the project status, we're doing a tentative start date. We had this as May. We did find that April vacation, we're going to get in there and try to do some exterior work. And this is a unique condition on this project. You have TechEc, which is operating full time, and so is Middlebrook. But I don't know if you guys have ever been there during pickup 4 times a day at TechEc. It's busy. It's a busy parking lot. So what we're going to try to do is get some excavation going, get some work done early to not disrupt anybody during the school. We're going to try to meet with them next week. That's Mr. Wheeler or Dr. Wheeler and I think it's Principal Ponte down at Middlebrook, just to coordinate, make them feel comfortable, give them a logistics plan of what we're going to be doing on the scope of the work during the school year. But everything's really going to stay isolated to the outside, not disrupting students, and we're not going to touch anything hot until school is over.
Greg, do you need anybody from the committee to attend that meeting with Dr. Wheeler and Ms. Ponte?
It'll most likely be Kevin Dion or one of his reps within his department, and they'll just sit in and review everything that's going to be going on.
Yeah, I will attend the meeting, and
Okay.
I sent you a reply, so they are available for a couple of hours on Thursday, Greg, so when you get a chance, check your email, and we'll confirm the time.
Perfect. And that's
Thank
just,
you.
again, give them a security of everything that's going to be going on and get comfortable with our faces.
And we should be pretty locked in to June 11th as the last day of school. It looks, unless we get another snow day. We only
Yeah.
had one snow day that only pushed us off of last day of school by 1 day. So June 11th is looking pretty good, I think.
Yeah, and I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
And the way the schools work, I think June 30th, the way I've talked to them, June 30th is the day summer exploration starts. So you have those 20 days where we're going to be able to get a lot done without any students at TechEc.
Oh, that's right, because they do that threes program and they do, yeah.
They Head Start, they have everything all the way to, I want to say, August 8th. And then you have the teachers coming back the 18th. So really 10 days then and 10 days later, so it's-
Yeah, and Explorations at Tech Ec is much smaller than when the whole school is operating from a traffic and congestion perspective.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah,
Well, it
Every
isn't,
time-
it isn't, it isn't, because a lot of those tech ed kids do have extended school year, but you wouldn't have the Middlebrook traffic.
that's right.
So but the traffic in front of tech ed itself might be similar.
Yeah,
so-
and there will still be a decent amount of cars on the one lot, but the other lot should be pretty empty, I would think, the lot.
The
to the-
Middlebrook, yeah, I don't think it's being used this summer for any programs. I know Frenchtown is being used.
Yeah,
Yeah, correct. We
And-
cleared Middlebrook. There are no programming.
Yeah.
Nothing being done, so because we knew this work needed to get done. Tech Ec, again, they'll have programming, but again, we'll be able to keep all the Middlebrook work up top, we're hoping. So we should be good. We'll keep it all separate.
Right, and
actually,
that road to Tech Ec is like, it could be blocked off to Middlebrook. You know what I mean? Like you could do a
Mhm.
diversion thing.
yeah,
Right, so we'll keep the Middlebrook up on the top and we'll allow Tech Ec to have the access in the lower by the ambulance emergency service. So that's the plan. And again, any work that needs to go across the parking lot for Tech Ec, Greg and I have been talking about trying to get that work done, planning it so it doesn't interrupt drop off and pick up.
Thank you.
Just a quick question for that. Are there any notifications to parents of children going either Tech Ec or Middlebrook of the work that's going to be done so they're aware and plan for the summer accordingly?
There will be. We're just not at that point. We can give them definitive dates and exactly what's going on. So that's what the meetings are beginning to occur. So we want to bring both schools in and we want to make sure that what Greg has planned and we have planned, they don't conflict with anything that's unforeseen at either location. And then we'll be able to sketch out exactly. But ultimately, the goal is to stay out of the parking lot as much, stay in the building and keep all of the construction up top. But if we do have to go across the parking lot, we have to schedule and stage when that's going to be.
Thank you.
yeah, that's a really good question, Tony, because I was thinking, is this going to affect access to the playground during the summer? No? Okay,
No,
okay, thank you.
so the completion schedule currently right now, it's pretty general as we're locking in dates. As I said, probably the next 2 weeks, you'll see us lock in lead times and the deliverables, and you'll see timelines. Right now, you have more of a general construction schedule, and when I have that updated, I'll be happy to send that out to everybody. Budget status, you guys already reviewed the financials. This is just us with hard contracts for the specific contractors on this project. Let's see what else. Project photos, we don't really have any photos yet. I could take a picture of a UI vault that I've had to be in twice that I didn't know was there. A lot of high
Sounds
voltage.
fascinating.
Oh, it's fascinating. I didn't want to go in the room. Too much wattage in there. I'm good.
You're now a superhero. Congratulations, you're the
That's
new
it.
Spider-Man.
I felt like I was coming out with more. Exactly. And I don't really have anything else at this time that needs to
Okay.
bring.
Does anybody have any questions for Greg that we haven't already spammed him with during the presentation? Okay. Unless there's nothing else with regard to the project update, we can move on to the new business, which is the approval of all of these invoices, A through H. Do we need to vote on each one individually, or can we group them together and approve them all at once?
You should do them individually
Individually, okay. Thank you,
by
Jim.
invoice number.
Okay. So I need to call for a moving and a second for each one, and we vote on them individually. Okay, great.
Yes.
Lisa, Tony, get ready.
Let me take my mute off. Okay, I'm
Let's
ready.
do this. Okay, the first item on the new business of approval of invoices is invoice number 3 for Bismarck for $874. Can I have a motion?
I make the motion to approve Bismarck invoice number 3 for $874.
Thank you. Second,
I second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Okay, invoice number 3 with Bismarck is approved. And I
But you
presume
don't have to
this-
say each one. We could just like motion and go through and then you could say any discussion, so you don't have to like read out loud each one.
Okay, and do any of these need emergency legislation? No, okay. Invoice B,
Yeah, I can make the motion for that because I
Okay.
have them listed right here.
okay,
I'll make the motion for the Van Zelm Engineers invoice 0052319 for $1,498.25.
thank you. Second,
I second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that's unanimous. So that one is Tony, or do you want to do the next one, or do you have the information in front of you?
I have it in front of me. The next one I have is the Van Zelm aging report.
Yeah.
So I make a motion to pay that invoice to $2,097.55.
I
Is
don't
that
have-
a combination of
think that-
several? Because I have those on I have C as,
I have
Zeros.
$599.30.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks like it's a total of 2 invoices. That was a
Okay.
statement.
so
Yeah.
let's do those individually. Lisa, do you want to go ahead and do that?
So I'll make the motion to approve the Van Zelm Engineers invoice 0052400 for $599.30.
Okay, second.
Second.
Thank you, Tony, and
Aye.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. That one is approved. Lisa, you want to just keep going?
Sure. I
Okay.
make the motion to approve the Van Zelm Engineer invoice 0052580 for $898.95.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that's unanimous. Go
Okay.
on, keep going.
I make the motion to approve Van Zelm Engineers invoice 0052694. Wait, did I just do that for
No,
$599?
that's, you're good.
Okay, for $599.30.
Okay, second?
Wait,
Second.
did I do $599? Oh, okay.
No, you're
No, I got
right.
it. I got it. I got it.
There's two, but they're two different numbers.
Yeah. I
That's
just
why it's
didn't check it
confusing.
off. Yeah.
Okay, all in favor of item E?
Aye.
Tony, Lisa, and me. Okay, that one passes. Now
Okay,
it's Groundhog
so-
Day, same thing over again, Lisa.
Van
Let's
Zelm
go.
Engineer invoice 0053126 for $599.30.
Okay, second.
Second.
Okay,
Second.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that one is passed. And G,
I make the move to approve the Silver how do you pronounce this?
Petroselli.
Petroselli invoice 24-1480 for $2,500.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that one passes. And the last one, H.
No, I have an I also.
Oh, I don't have an I.
I have two of
I
them.
must,
for
I have an
1900.
older version of the, go ahead.
Okay, so the first one is, which would be H, is the Silver Prucciselli, is that how you invoice 25-105 for $1,900?
Second.
Okay, second. And all in favor?
And
Aye.
then, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, and then I have an I that is a Silver Petrucelli invoice for 25-267 for $1,900.
Okay, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And that one passes. All right, so got a whole bunch of invoices approved here. And again, to repeat that, when you get hard copies at town hall, I will come in and sign those. Okay. Any discussion on any of those invoices that we just approved? Even though now would be a little late for that since we've already voted on them. Old business. Does anybody have any old business to discuss? Okay. Let's talk about when we need to meet next. Do we want to do it in a month or do we want to go on an as needed basis? What do you think, Greg?
I think we should meet in a month. I think Good Friday and the kids are off from the 11th to the 17th. So how does the 24th look?
Hold on one
The
second.
24th is a Thursday.
Thursday. That's gonna be tough. I think my wife is traveling.
Okay.
Does Thursdays work for everybody?
I was just thinking Thursdays because tonight was a Thursday. We've had the last couple on Thursdays.
what about that Tuesday or Wednesday, 22 or 23? Or does anybody have any preferences about either of those, or do you have conflicting
Let's-
other meetings, Barbara?
I have two meetings that night.
Okay,
Can we
two
bump
meetings the
it?
night, which night?
You know, it would be one
Second.
thing that might be beneficial if we get it on the 29th. I will be able to get the March and April requisitions for the contractors to review. Because I have them all due in for the 25th. I usually review them on the 25th through the 30th and submit them to the town. But I could do that a little sooner.
There is a concert at Trumbull High that night, a strings concert, that would prevent me from being able to be there. I mean, unless we did it at 6 instead of 7, I might be able to swing that, but I don't know how people feel about that. And I don't know if
Okay.
Allison can typically make it that early.
Okay.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we send a list of dates out that makes sense in April, and majority can vote. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds good to me.
okay. Anything else anybody wants to talk about? Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
I'll let him do that.
Thank you, Tony. Second?
I second it.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All of us are in favor. All right, we are adjourned, and I will send out an email to everyone in the next couple of days asking for dates for the next meeting in April.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Okay.
Thanks, that was an efficient meeting.